Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about Flow. Flow is a big player in the NFT space. We all know that NFTs have cooled down a bit, as well as the crypto space, and we're trying to thaw out from crypto winter. And when the next bull cycle comes, next year, year after that, and NFTs start to blow up again, is this project primed for great success and big gains? And that's what this video is about today. I want to take a deeper dive into the project and see the potential and if it's worth an investment for me. So in 2017, Dapper Labs came out with an NFT called Crypto Kitties, which was all the hype, big craze, and it drew a lot of attention to ETH. And we all know you get on ETH and there's a lot of traffic on ETH. What happens? You get high fees. And so creators of Dapper Labs said, wait a minute, we have to do something else because this is impacting, the success of Crypto Kitties. And so they came out with their own L1 called Flow. And Flow basically specializes in the NFT space and gaming, but specifically NFT space, and they believe that it would help drive adoption to the crypto space. And that's what this video is about today. So let's take a look and see what Flow has and what it's doing during this, sleepy time, this bear market time, and if it has potential for the future. So let's take a deep dive right now. So looking at CoinMarketCap currently, it sits at 65. And the price at the time of the video is about 59 cents. And if we look at the market cap's about 614 million, and 24-hour volume is about 44 million. So still some activity going on in the chain. And if we look at the circulating supplies, about 1 billion Flow tokens. So decentralization, how would it tax decentralization? It has a multi-node architecture. So basically, I'm going to read this real quick. Flow discards sharding used by ETH and other blockchain as a scalable solution because it adds complexity to the database and the blockchain applications. Instead, Flow's nodes are designed to one of the four functions: verification, consensus, collection, and execution, so that each node still participates in the validation of every transaction, but only one of the stages of validation. By keeping transaction atomic and ACID compliant, Flow can scale to thousands of times higher throughput. And this is an illustration of that. Now, it uses the Cadence language. And what is Cadence? So Cadence is a resource-oriented language, is a more direct way to represent ownership of NFTs. Instead of storing all the NFTs in a single giant list like ETH, resource model stores NFT directly in an account that it owns. This arrangement makes smart contract developers less prone to errors and more productive. Now, I talked about the nodes. They have four different ones. They have collection nodes, and in order to stake these collection nodes and be a validator is 250,000 Flow to be a confirmed node operator. Then they have consensus that we talked about, and to be a consensus node operator, you have to stake 500,000 Flow. Then you have the execution node. In order to be that, you need to stake a minimum of 1.2 million Flow tokens. Then you have the verification node, and you have to stake 135,000 Flow to be a confirmed node operator. And then you have access. Access nodes are required to stake 100 Flow. So I bring this all up is because in order to stake Flow, you and I won't be able to stake Flow. It's extremely difficult to even do that. They don't have a native wallet. And so this is going to be part of my, when I go over Flow later on, centralization and all of that. But I just wanted to break it down so you can see as far as, the nodes and validators, what this is all about and how much you need to stake in order to become one. So now the Flow coin, basically that's the utility coin. It's used to pay for services on their dApps, enable the use, deployment, and creation of smart contracts for applications built on Flow. It is proof of stake. Flow relies on its Flow coin as the asset of reward for validators who participate in the network consensus. In addition, Flow is used to pay for transaction fees on the network. And lastly, Flow coins are used as a reserve asset for secondary tokens such as the FUSD stablecoin, and to facilitate equitable network governance and ecosystem development. We're going to talk about the stablecoin a little later as well. So we talked about the different nodes and what you need to stake in order to become one. That's how they try to be decentralized. So you participate by running an observation node, participate by running a stake node, and participate by delegation. So if we look at the different nodes that we have here, you see there are 444 nodes. And then you see that there's 45,478 delegators. Now, as far as the consensus nodes, it's important to note that Dapper Labs run about a third of those consensus nodes. And also, every node operator is known to Dapper Labs because they have to complete an application in order to help secure the network. So decentralization, I don't believe, is a strong point to that. And then we'll get into the tokenomics of this as well. So that is concerning for me. Now we talk about the FUSD coin. Why did they come out with their own stable coin? And the answer is here. They came out with their own stable coin because basically it's happening now simply because it's needed by non-Dapper Lab companies that are building on the Flow blockchain to give their users a non-volatile way to pay for digital projects, one that will also be easily available in the United States and Canada. So far, most of these third-party apps have accepted payments in the network's native Flow currency, cryptocurrency, which is not available on exchanges in those countries. So basically, it's a way for people to purchase NFTs and games, pay for games and options on the Flow blockchain. FUSD will streamline everything and make it backed by whatever the currency is, USD. So it makes it easier for transactions to take place. I haven't seen much about FUSD, so I don't even know if it's deployed yet, but I know this was, something that was talked about. I don't know if it's being used. I don't know the success of it yet, but it's something that's coming down the pipeline if it's not already out. Now, if we look at the community as far as Flow goes, looking at their Discord page, about 40,000 members. At the time when I was looking at this, 2,400 members were online, still talking and still active. So that's okay. And if we look at Twitter, they have about 192,000 followers, which is lacking. I've covered other projects on this channel that have millions of viewers, 500,000, million. And we know that they're bots on Twitter, but even with bots, this is, a number that is an opportunity and should probably be worked on. So community-wise, I think that's impacted by their lack of being able to stake. It's incredibly difficult to stake. You need a lot of flow to stake, and that's probably why. So what's going on with Flow? This is on their website. You see here some of the partnerships that they have. NFL, Instagram for NFTs, Ticketmaster, Mattel, Dr. Seuss, those books, children's books, NBA. So they have some things going on. According to their website, they're a leader in driving Web3 adoption, and that's through, they believe, NFTs. That's how you do it. So NFT transaction volume, according to them, they're ranked number 2. They have 11,000 plus developers building on the Flow blockchain. They have 20 million user accounts and about 360 million transactions on Flow. So these are all impressive numbers. Now let's take a look at their Flowverse NFT marketplace and take a look here. They have NBA Top Shots, which I believe has a lot of draw. And that's one of the main reasons I was even interested in taking a look at this project. Not to mention, one of my followers, Fasal, he said he wanted to take a look at this one. I said, sure. It sounds like a project I was definitely into. It piqued my curiosity, so here we are. But NBA Top Shots, NFL All Day, and then they have a partnership with UFC. And these are all good. And Flow, I think the main utility, someone in my age range and me even younger, is trading cards. There's nothing like a feeling of opening a physical pack and getting like a rare card, a rare Jordan back in the day, Jordan rookie, LeBron rookie, or anything like that. And it's just, it's pleasurable. It's some type of dopamine that releases once you have a card and it's something that no one else can have. 1 of 5, 1 of 1 is very, very special. And we also know that technology is taking things paperless. We're not using money anymore. Kids these days barely even have a wallet. So if the younger generation, or even people my age, still are into cards, but they want something that is verifiable and you don't have to worry about ripping it or creasing it or anything like that, I think NFTs is a good spot for that. I definitely do. And I think they're in the right space for that. So NBA Top Shots, NFL All Day, UFC Strike, I like that a lot. Also on this place, you see that they have NFTs like, art, just like all the others, doodles, and they also have some games. But if you look at top collections, the NBA Top Shots about 1 billion in sales so far. NFL All Day 134 million, and UFC 20 million. So use case wise, I like what they're doing. I got to give it to them for that. Then if we look at look at this limited edition mint condition NBA collectibles, and this is pretty cool the way they do it, and it's not just a picture. There's actually movement. And let me see if they even show that. So this is an example of it. So that's HD quality. You have that, and it shows that you're the owner of it. That's pretty impressive. So the price here, you see lowest asking was $5, and then top sale price $231. So this definitely can revolutionize the card industry if people can switch to this. Now, looking at the ecosystem here, like I said, they're mainly focused on NFTs and games, although I do see that they're trying to get into DeFi as well. And you see here, you have Dapper Wallet, Binance, BlockTie Swap, Ledger, but that's not really their bread and butter here. This is where you want to see games and collectibles. So Top Shot, Enemy Metal, Crypto Kitties, Dr. Seuss, Moto GP, which is a new racing game they have coming out. So this is what their ecosystem looks like. Yeah. Now they are backed by some VCs, and here are some of the names of the VCs that they're backed by. Some of the ones that we see all the time: A16Z, Amica Brands. We know that they're popular. Coinbase Ventures, Alchemy, SNZ, AppWorks, Samsung Next. So people that are into decentralization, this probably is not the blockchain for you. But I do know one thing: if VCs back a project, they're going to make sure that they get their money out of it and make sure they get their money back. So that's something to think about. Also, if we look at tokenomics, if we look at the initial token allocation, Dapper Labs got 20%, development team got 18%, the large backers that had over $1 million, 11%, small backers less than $1 million, 8.9%. Then you have community sales like people like you and me, and then the ecosystem development. So if we look at all of this, it just means that majority of these tokens are held by the backers and the team, which is scary to me. Again, if we look at some of these VCs that got into it, you see the distribution of coins that they have. A116Z has over 40 million. AppWorks has 25 million. Union Square Ventures 20 million. All of this spells yikes to me. But again, if the coin is taken off, maybe it won't matter. But I'm just seeing over 1 billion tokens, and I see the VCs hold a lot of it, over 50%, and development team over 50%, which is scary. Now, if we look at the unlock, right? Last unlock was July 15th. And at that time, how much was released onto the market? 7.29 million. The next one is going to be next month. So it's looking like every month there's an unlock. And how much is that? 7.29 million. So every month you're getting 7 million tokens being released, which is yikes again to me. And let me see here. If we look at the schedule, the release schedule, all of it should be released by 2030. So you have 7 million tokens every month by 2030. So, take with that information as you may, but that's yikes for me. Now, let's get into some of partnerships. They have Ticketmaster announces collaboration with Dapper Labs to mint event tickets as NFTs on Flow blockchain. As memorabilia, I guess, but I don't know who's going to want to buy, a ticket. Hey, I went to Taylor Swift concert. Here's the ticket I bought in 2023. What type of value that has? Maybe sentimental or something like that. But, whatever. It is Ticketmaster, so it's to be known. It's a big partnership. Then if we look at Dap Radar, we look at the most popular dApps on the blockchain. You have Solitaire, NBA Top Shot we talked about, Trick Shot Blitz, Karam Blitz, NFL All Day, Fan Craze, Blackjack Blitz, UFC. So a lot of gaming and sports stuff as far as the top dApps on there. Now, if we look at NFT volume by blockchain, let's see where they rank overall. And they rank number 4. So we know ETH is the big daddy. Nothing's going to surpass that. You have Ronin number 2, Solana number 3, and number 4, which is Flow. So not too bad, considering that this is, their main focus. They're in the top 5. Over the likes of Polygon, Cardano, and Bitcoin, Avalanche. So that's positive for them, definitely. Now they have a partnership. As far as more partnerships go, they have something with Mattel. They have something with Matchbox. Another partnership here, Dapper Labs and Google Cloud. They're delivering blockchain-based fund. So that's a big partnership for them. Star Wars toys, another NFT thing that they have going on. So they're still working during the bear market, and these are things that you like to see. So NBA, Ticketmaster partnerships, Doodles partnerships, Star Wars, very, very big things. And here, according to their Twitter page, they don't really have a roadmap, but as far as the announcements go that they have going on, these are some of the things that they talked about. We already covered the Star Wars collectible, Hot Wheels, Fast and Furious theme NFTs are coming out, or already came out and sold out. Doodles, airdrop Pharrell packs. Then we have, let's see here, worldwide flow builder workshops kicked off last month. And we saw workshops in Brazil, China, India, Nigeria, and Singapore. Then they released Emerald DAO, released on Tokens, a platform for making it super easy to create a token and launch a DAO. Then we have multiple community-led initiatives went live in May. And let's see here. They have an incubation program launched, giving a launch pad for the winners of the Last Flow hackathon. They had a hackathon back in June. So again, they're still working. They're still plugging away. So that's what's going on with Flow. So overall, what do I think of this project? I like the NFTs, and I like the sports NFTs big time. I really, really do. I like what they're doing. It's totally different. The problem that I have with it is the tokenomics. Tokenomics are very, let's just say, not good, right? And then it is kind of centralized. So then we have SEC here in the US. They're trying to crack down on securities and all of that. And I don't think if they took a deep dive and looked under the hood of this project that, make it an easy target, to tell you the truth. So Flow, if we look at the price here, so they were at 59 cents. And then let's take a look at historically what they've been looking at. So let's take a look at here. So around here was the all-time high, 38 bucks. That was back at the peak on April 2021. Currently sits under $1. And I really, really think that these token unlocks are definitely hurting the price of this project. Now, if you have crypto space taken out and we're over like 3 trillion in market cap and NFTs are blazing again, from this 59-cent mark, yes, it can definitely definitely get some gains. Definitely get some gains. But again, as far as I go, I think that there's better projects out there. So for me, Flow, I'm gonna have to take a pass on it. But again, I can see why people are into the project. Again, I'm a big card guy, and these NFTs, I think they're onto something here. So guys, let me know what you think of Flow. Let me think if it's worth an investment. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. Definitely help the channel grow. And consider subscribing to the channel. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until next time, next video. See you later.